Hi everyone, and welcome back to work. I hope you had a great break. Hope you got a break. And when we start work every year, we just like everyone to step back and just remember they're coming back to work and just start to think about being safe in the workplace. When I step back and think about the last few years, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone. Through all your actions, efforts, your risk mindfulness, and the way you're looking around, we've made some great safety improvements over this time. We're injuring many less people. We've got a much safer work environment. That said, when we look at what's going on in the business, every year we're seeing 40 to 50 what I call high potential near misses. And this is where, just but for the sake of luck, we avoided a serious injury or even worse. So that actually equates to about one a week. We see it in hitting underground services, hitting electrical services, falls from heights, so across many, many things. So what we're thought to bring that to life and just give you a bit of a sense of how to think about it, we've got Lockie from Higgins talking next, and he's just going to talk about an event that actually wasn't a near miss, it actually was an incident, just how he now reflects on that and what he thinks you might want to look out for as you work through this year. But before I hand over to Lockie, I just want to remind you again, when you get back to work, just come at it calmly, bring a safety mindset, a risk mindfulness to bear. We want to get you all home safe each and every day, and I really look forward to the year, and I hope you have a rewarding and a successful and safe year for yourselves and for the business.
I'm Rob Lockwood, affectionately known as Lockie. I'm a bitumen sprayer operator for Higgins, Palmerston North. My job involves spraying bitumen on the road, and then the crew come behind that and chip it out, and that gives you your road surface to drive on. A normal day during the season for me starts around 5:30 in the morning. Arriving at the yard, do my pre-start, fire up my tanker. I'm usually out of the yard by 6 o'clock. Bitumen is a byproduct of crude oil. When we're spraying it at around 175 to 165 degrees Celsius. So the product itself is dangerous if you handle it in the wrong way. This particular day, I was transferring bitumen from a bulk tanker unit into my sprayer. Got back up on my tank, noticed that the bitumen level in my tank wasn't rising as quickly as what it should have been. I stopped the transferring to check the strainer. As I got my strainer cap ajar, I noticed that the bitumen was still flowing, and straight away knew that was wrong. In my attempt to put the strainer cap back on, had 165 degree hot bitumen splash on my chest and up under my visor and under my face. I think what was going through my head at the time was just basic self-preservation. I didn't register the heat, I didn't register the pain. I think the adrenaline was pumping so much that I didn't have time to think about anything else. I was preparing myself for the worst in the back of my head, but at the same time, I knew what I had to do. Getting the first aid extinguishers and calling myself. Once the emergency services arrived, they transported me to hospital, and we instructed the emergency department what needed to be done. With bitumen burns, the worst thing you do is start picking it off, because it can go right down through the layers of skin, and if you pick it off, it'll take those layers of skin with it. They worked on me for close to 4 hours, removing the bitumen. My partner and my eldest son were there at the time. They were worried, very worried. Yes, had a big impact on them. Extremely surprised with the recovery and how well I've come out of it. That all just comes down to everyone following all the correct first aid procedures. We have all these procedures in place for a reason. They work. They're there, they work. We just got to follow them. If we do, we get outcomes like this. It's had quite an impact on all my work colleagues, particularly the younger ones. I'm certainly taking more notice about my peers, my workmates and what they're doing. Making sure they wear the PPE. and not being blasé or complacent in what they're doing. Calling out, speaking up, I make no apologies for that either. The constant training we get, both in bitumen safe handling and first aid training, I feel enabled me to switch into autopilot like I did. It had a huge impact on the outcome. Whatever it is, in whatever field you're doing, take every chance you can to be part of it and be involved. Don't push it aside because it is important. So 2 weeks after the incident, I was back at work. Welcome back with open arms and a lot of banter from everyone. It was amazing just to see everyone so happy to see me back and to see me as well as what I was. Makes it worth going to work every day when you've got that sort of backing. You have that love from your workmates. It's really cool.